Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another session of D&D. This time we have the group of Griffic Nomads. After having a bit of an activity, we have Greg back here. The only person here that's missing is JP because more than likely he is working. So, say hello, my intrepid adventurers.
Hello.
I know where you took that from. You can't lie to me. I know where you took that from.
Yes.
Hi,
Wait, I'm gonna read
intrepid
it.
heroes.
Yeah. Hello,
I'm gonna redo
everybody.
mine. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I
So,
can't go any further with the quotes because they will be copyrighted.
we would be attacked by all the Skywalker fans. Anyway, moving
Yeah.
on. So, everybody, welcome back to another session. We had, in the previous session, Greg wasn't here, so I'm going to give a brief description of what happened. So, as you guys had finished your quest to defeat and stop this cult of lunatics who were trying to poison the fountain and the waterfall, which was the epicenter of wealth in the region, you decided to take a break. And as you did some downtime. You talked to some NPCs, took some festival activities, as there were some, there were many activities to partake in this event, as it is the Heroes Festival that is being taken over Veril and Vita. At the moment, the adventurers had decided to take a break after the activities, and Aileen had taken some time in between the activities and nightfall to investigate where to find the Church of the Raven Queen. She was able to get a semblance of information once she found the Raven Queen's, one of the closest Raven Queen's associates found in Veril and Vita in the cemetery. But once she got there, she found that the cemetery had already been destroyed, at least the temple. The sisters were killed, and what was left behind was a sort of an icon. With this information, she was able to determine who these people were, what their goals may have been, and maybe what they're dealing with. It seems that they're still dealing with another cult now, coming from the shadows with a play here in Veril and Vita. With what she was able to find, she took all this information and decided to head to bed, as to try to get some sleep before the beginning of the next day. And so now we would be continuing off where we... Well, not continuing off. We would be coming into morning. The morning sun, as you hear the bells, you hear the chicken, you hear all the ambience around the area. As you are in the city, everybody's in their rooms. You're able to calm down and eat some morning breakfast, or take, however you choose. You can still hear the festivities going on, as it is a festival that lasts for 3 days. And you can hear the same commotion as you heard yesterday, as people are celebrating and moving about and doing all the things you would expect a festival to be. As you're inside, you're able to decide what to do next. It is a new day, a new dawn, a new time for you guys to decide what you would like to do. So now I ask you, my intrepid adventurers, what would you like to do?
Well, if everyone is already downstairs and eating breakfast, what I'm going to do first of all is shake off the hangover from yesterday, because I sure as hell fucking drank. Second, I am going to basically gather them all and tell them to follow me to my room to basically discuss what I found previously. Under the suspicion that since we may be dealing with another cult, I don't know who could be listening. I don't know who could be watching. I don't know who could be paying attention to whatever I had to say. Given the fact that I follow the Raven Queen and the sigil is very recognizable for anyone who's seeking to kill the sisters of the Raven Queen.
First of all, I'd like to start my day with some ale. You need to get shake off the loss of that dreaded mechanical bull. And I felt very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Shitty after losing that. So therefore, I would like ale, and then I will go to hear about what the hell this woman has to say.
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Vito, what are you going to be doing this fine morning?
Well, keeping in mind the Griffin was recently born, it would be a good time to help Devin develop his animal handling skills.
Wouldn't that be like Varys' job? Because obviously I can't be doing it. I want to eat the fucking bed.
Well, but as far as I know, unless Devin is studying about everything I sent him to study about handling the land and medicine, as far as I know, he's still taking care of the Griffin.
Is that so? Okay, I get it. Alright, fine. I'm just gonna take my drink, my grog, and I'm just gonna go upstairs and find out what Aileen wants to say.
Alright. Orgast, you take your drink and head to where Aileen is, as she's in her room.
Yes.
Varys
And
accompanies
she
you.
summoned us, so obviously.
Yeah, Varys accompanies you to try and listen in, as he's interested in whatever she has to say.
Okay.
Astrea, Mito, are you guys going to go to the room to listen to what Aileen has to say, or are you going to just ignore her?
Well, as far as I know, you asked me what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Since I don't know that Aileen was gonna talk to all.
She told everybody who's, there, which everybody is, to come to the room. I want to talk to you about something. You could go and talk to her and listen to her for a bit, and then you can do whatever you wish.
I guess as a character, I would just take a moment to listen to her on my way out. I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna listen to her because I stumbled upon her requesting the attention of everyone when I was on my way out.
Okay.
Let's go with that narrative.
Okay. I get now the indication of your wording. So, you listen to Aileen's call. You follow the rest of your friends up the stairs and head into Aileen's room. You see that she, it's the room that she rented. There's one bed, one chair. There's not much room for everybody, so Varys just takes a corner. You guys spread out evenly in the room as best as possible, and close the door behind you.
Could you repeat that, please? Thank you.
Yes, they're in your room, they're talking to you, they're listening to you more than anything, and you can tell them what you found.
Alright, now I understood that. Anyway, so as soon as everyone gets into the room, I just pull out I'm gonna call it the journal because I don't remember the name that you gave it actually, to be honest. My brain is slow sometimes. I just pull out the journal, and begin basically showing them everything that I found at the catacombs and the letters from the temple of Crescent Moon, of the Crescent Moon, and basically what I found, the information that I found in the library and the records, and my suspicions that we may be dealing with something much bigger than the cliffs that we just dealt with.
All right. Did you guys understand? You want me to give an explanation, a bit more detail of what she talked about?
I guess for the viewers, it'll be better
Alright.
so that way.
Yeah.
Right. So Aileen gives a full breakdown of what occurred the previous night, as she starts bringing out all the information she was able to find. She takes out the books she found in these old abandoned library down there in the Raven Queen's threshold. Also, she discloses the letter she received from the priestess found on the Crescent Moon. She mentions how she spent a few hours researching this icon, which she shows you guys, which is the Eye of the Elemental Evil. The Elder Elemental Evil Eye. I'm gonna look for that and show you guys right now. Sent it to you over here. I'm just gonna open an original. Put this over here. And bam. Not there. As you guys can see, she shows you this symbol. With her research, she was able to find information about this. All her research, because she rolled a 20, led her to this information. This is the symbol of the Elder Elemental Eye. It is from an old cult when the primordials were part of the world before the gods came and banished them back into their own realm. This cult came after that, and their whole purpose was to bring those old primordials, the princes of these evil elementals, back into the world of the material world. And doing so, they try to harness the elements of nature, bring it into disbalance, allowing enough magic for the elemental priestesses in order to phase through into the mortal realm. Can you guys see the picture, right? You can see it clearly?
I can see it clearly.
Yes, good. Yeah. So, the icon that Aileen had found when she discovered the remains and the bodies was actually this one. This smaller one is the one that led to the bigger picture.
Interesting. It looks like a bowl. It looks like a bowl.
It is.
Legs.
Yes. It's a very,
Oh.
very, very good eye. Because that's exactly what it is.
Well, I guess I am the brains of the group. I figured out it was a bowl with legs.
It's a bowl with, sustainable.
With sticks.
The cult of the walking bowl.
It's not
The cult
that.
of the walking bow.
It's not
Mad.
that, but if you call it
Humanity
that, they're gonna
knows
get
how to
angry.
make cults, I swear.
Anyway.
It brings cereal to you without asking.
What in God's name is cereal?
That's a very good question. And moving on. So she finds this information and gives it to you, the remainder of the PCs, and tells you how she came up to this and how they were decimated completely. And apparently how this old sect views the Raven Queen as a threat enough to attack her followers and decimate the whole place.
Even though, ironically, we are a peaceful sect.
Peaceful. Yeah.
However. I guess that's it. Really.
So yeah, I just finish explaining all that and just look at them and let out the sigh and say, we're deep in shit right now.
But we always deep in shit, to be honest. I'd rather be nowhere else than dip in shit. But it has to be the shit of other people.
Well, normally we're up to our knees. This time we may be up to our waist. Probably more.
I mean, listen. If any cult is gonna be like this stupid cult of cliffs and men, I want to throw off one. This is probably gonna be probably not as bad, isn't it? It's worse, isn't it?
Well, given the fact that they may target other cults, including the sect of the waterfall, we may all be facing something even greater. So we need to do something about this. I am seeking for more information. I've already got some. I already have some informants seeking more information about the sigils, including old stories about old heroes and ways that they have defeated the cult in the past. Though I'm not sure those ways will work again. They may give us an indication or a pointer into what to do and what direction to take from now on.
See. Okay. So what you're telling me is a lot of people are in danger. And the waterfall's in danger. Eldat's in danger.
Pretty much, yes.
That's all the motivation I need, to be honest.
Well, I guess we're back into the business of bashing skulls and asking questions later then.
But before I do this, I have a personal vendetta to attend to. I leave the room. I want to find the mechanical ball.
Of course.
I knew it.
Of course you do.
As he leaves the room, I'm just gonna be like, is he still hungover about the mechanical ball situation?
Varys just nods. Yeah, he is. I'm gonna go with him, make sure he doesn't do something ridiculously dangerous. Or destroy the bowl and then we have to pay for it. That kind of thing. I'll just keep an eye on him.
Yes, please go. We need to keep our finances in check.
Yep.
We're gonna need every bit of gold that we get.
Yep. So Varys leaves the room and leaves Mito and Estrella with you, as they're the last ones there.
So I'm just gonna look at them and say, I'm going back to the library seeking more information according to see if I can find more legends, more stories. Meanwhile, you should probably try to find anything that you can anything about yourselves. I don't know, maybe old scrolls on it or anything. Anything could be useful. This is going to be a tough fight.
Yeah. Estrella, you hear Aileen mention. You are muted. You hear Aileen mention a scroll, and then you remember. Right, I had a scroll that I won on the pool yesterday. I haven't read that yet.
Okay.
Do you open it? Because, it's an actual letter.
A scroll in the fair yesterday?
Yeah,
I may not have been paying too much attention. I was, after all, still a bit focused on my research. But what's that scroll about?
Oh, yes. I would like to check the scroll.
Alrighty. It is a scroll. It was a scroll encased in a case with like this secrecy and shit. Practically, she opens the packaging, pulls out the scroll, and reveals it. And she gets this particular letter. I don't don't know if you can read it, but there it is. Oh, there it is.
Okay, the message.
It's host.
The message you bear may cause despair to find its host, its keep you search. A clue you will find in a tournament on sunrise. Gather allies and slay victory. But a helpful lead is bound to be, as if you wish to know more, ask a drow of great renown. Has Gwendolyn had her supper?
I've read.
Okay, so I figured that the drow is the really famous one that is being here at the Venerado in the festival. We're already at the festival. We're doing this.
So we have a riddle in our hands. Well, this is quite the mystery. This is going
It is
to be
quite a
interesting.
mystery. Also, there's a typo, Angel.
Where?
Yeah, despair.
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 Is that spelled like that?
Are you sure?
It's
Yeah, it's spear.
spelled.
It's spear.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I wrote it correctly.
You jumbled the words.
Despair
It's basically
is A-I-R, not E-A-R.
yeah. So in short, the E is not where it should be.
The E is non-present at all. It's supposed to be an I.
No, it's like the E should be where the I is, and the I should be where the A is.
No, despair is D-I-S-P-A-I-R. Hmm?
A. Nah, it's D-E. It's D-E-S-P-A-I-R.
But you know it's an
Ángel,
actual
pregunta
word,
que te
right?
hago. Tú hiciste ese riddle para que la gente.
Sorry, it is
What?
D.
It is an actual
Actually,
word.
Yeah,
hold
you're
on.
right, it is D.
Wait, what the fuck?
No,
Okay,
no,
some on that.
You mean desesperación, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean desesperación?
Like
You mean
despair,
desesperación
it
es
uses an A, it uses an E, but the I also gives another denotation to it.
Wait. This is
No, but like cause actually like when I looked it up, me salió D-E-S.
Oh yeah, no, it's
A.
okay. Word despair
It's-
may be misspelled. Below you can find suggested words which we believe. Yeah. Okay, so
But I don't think it's the same.
It's supposed
Used
to
in
be
a
distinct.
song by the same name featuring Damian Marley and Nasir Jones, speaking heavily on the oppression on separation between upper and lower classes, calling out the poor economic colored groups to use the mind of a day of modern day
Y, like,
fear.
eso trae desesperación, so it's D-E-S-P.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I wrote it on the phone, okay, and Photoshop doesn't
So
have
ya
autocorrector.
tuvimos la primera pista. Ahora podemos
Yeah.
enfocarnos en el contexto.
if it's
Let's
despair,
forget
then
about that.
yeah, it's
Then let's forget about that.
Don't worry. I'll always forgive it for now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I should be a grammar Nazi later.
shit.
Grammatical errors are major heresy, but it will be overlooked at this moment.
Yeah, the man in the
Anyway.
many things box will be punished.
Anyway, so as they show me the scroll, I'm just gonna look at it. And I'm like, can you guys take this, or do you need? Are you gonna need any assistance about this? Hello, Abner.
Eh,
He asked you a question.
Cora no se encuentra en estos momentos.
Boom.
¿Qué quieres que diga? Astrea is no longer here.
Same room. You're hearing the conversations. You're listening to the conversation.
¿Tú me crees si te digo que yo siempre tengo problemas escuchándolas a ustedes por la calidad de audio y mis limitaciones de la destreza en inglés? Es como que hablan más rápido de lo que yo puedo procesar y llega un momento donde mi mente simplemente se duerme.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It happens. It happens to me too.
Ajá.
It happens to me too. But it happens mostly when I'm not involved.
So, repásame la información como si tuviera retraso mental.
Anyway, we had she unrolled a scroll. It happened to be a riddle, and I'm asking you both if you have any leads on it, and if you're gonna need any help, because my character is also doing an investigation on the side on the other cults, and more information on the ancient heroes.
Mi personaje lo que lleva poco tiempo en el continente, so no creo que pueda hacer un history check a ver si en el tiempo que lleva viviendo haya aprendido de algo. ¿Qué me dice?
I mean, it's not about that. It's mostly stuff that you've seen around the fair. It's basically like my character is basically asking if you can take care of the riddle, or if you're gonna need any help, because well, the riddle basically tells you, hey, go to the drow and ask for help on this one, while my character is already investigating on the systematic slaughter of the sisterhood of the Raven Queen, plus the ancient heroes that may give me a lead or two about this evil god that's been resurrected. So we're going with a full plot of the JRPG, when basically we started out doing small quests, and now the final quest is basically kill god.
Yes, we saved the first quest, save a cat. Final quest, kill God.
Yeah.
Angel, do we have to kill you at the end of all this?
Maybe. I don't know. No,
Bruh.
I don't think so.
We're gonna have to min-max to hell.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to min-max to hell.
We're gonna
I
fight
agree.
the DM. You
Kill all the
should, yeah.
slimes.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting if we multiclass. It's gonna be interesting if we multiclass. If we multiclass, shit can be dangerous. I'm planning on multiclassing.
Sure. Not stopping you.
Me too.
Hey, she's back.
Oh,
Finally back.
Te compró sus
Oh,
dados.
dice.
Se los compré yo,
Nice.
pero sus primeros dados.
First? Didn't she have a set?
Ya, ese es el primer set de ella. Como pueden ver, ella es tan adorable que no puede salir en cámara. Mira, pues yo me atrevo a ir solo como personaje, yo me atrevo a ir solo.
But I mean, you're not going alone, you're going with Estrella, basically.
Okay.
Okay, so, Cora.
Sigan la pista
Cora.
que te dieron.
Okay.
So, the question that my character made for both of you is, if you can take it on your own, or you're gonna need any assistance deciphering the riddle.
I mean, I guess if anybody wants to come in and help, they can.
I'm asking because on one side we got somebody with a revenge match against a mechanical bull. On the other hand, we have we have the other character. I don't remember the name right now, so sorry, bad with names. We have the other character supervising that said revenge match does not end with our funds depleted. While you guys are dealing with the riddle, and I am dealing with investigation about the possible resurrection of an evil god.
Not a god, but okay.
Wait, so you're going to deal with that stuff and fight while we...
Investigate the clue you got, yeah.
Oh. And I guess?
All right,
Go ahead.
Okay, so my character's just gonna look at them and I'm gonna be like, all right, then I'll leave it that to you. I have a couple things to investigate, including, and as I say this, I literally pull out the black blade, the origins and the possible repercussions of using this thing.
Sound good.
It's ironic that you can win possibly cursed objects in such a match.
Yeah.
Por si acaso, Cora, you're being muted.
Que bueno, me, me iba a parar fue, pero ya le cuéntanos los problemas con esa arma.
Well, it seems to be cursed. I don't know what kind of curse it is. I do not know of its origins as of yet. So I'm going to seek for more investigation about this. Though my senses tell me not to use it. The gods forbid what kind of hell this thing can bring about.
Están esperando una respuesta nuestra.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Porque Mito es como mercadero, yo creo que él primero se impresionaría por la belleza de la espada, siendo completamente negra, y se intrigaría por la maldición de esa espada, porque como intercambiador que es, como mercader que él es, las posibilidades de toparse con un artículo así existen y pueden dañar sus negocios, porque pueden afectar su vida y su bienestar. Así que yo creo que él mostraría mucho interés sobre qué tú sabes de esa maldición y qué hacer para manejarla.
Well, so far I don't have any idea or any information about it, so I am going to the library. The head librarian should have more information, possibly hidden records that I can find about this blade. I doubt that there's nothing written about it, since it's had such a strong magic pull that I fear I may not be its first user.
That's a very interesting thing. Like, on a personal level, I would accompany you for the research myself. But then we have this riddle, not to mention that someone has to take care of the Griffin. So it's not like I can ask Devin to accommodate you or Astrea.
No, I do not mind it. I can probably take care of the investigation on my own. But I will ask for everyone to reunite at this later tonight in this room for discussion of any possible information found. I'm pretty sure that despite his revenge match with the mechanical bull, Orgas may find something as well. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see about that.
Alrighty. So, as you guys are discussing this information and separate to do your own devious things, you find yourselves divide yourselves into your various tasks. But first we're going to go with Orgast and Varys as they're walking through the city. Orgast, mission-oriented, going directly into the stall, and you can see there's a crowd again of people lining up, signing papers, and doing the usual. And
I'm gonna go get some dinner. Meanwhile,
all right. As you reach the stall, you see in front there's this halfling who is managing the stall. It's like, well, hello there, big fella. You here to try again to get your luck on the pool, eh?
I am here to redeem my honor.
Alrighty then.
Embarrassment that I cognitively wasn't here. You know, it's a little weird. I was out there. I wasn't concentrated. I'm here for revenge.
Yes, it's kind of like he is right now, and points to Varus. Varus is just automated, like, what? Anyway, each participation is a gold piece, so if you'd like to participate, you can put a gold piece here. You already signed the papers when you originally wrote the thing, so there's no real need to sign again. I hate paperwork. Anyway,
Flick a gold piece at him.
Yep.
That's what they told me.
You can step right up to the bull.
Mechanical bull, I will mount thee, and I will slay thee. I mount the mechanical bull.
Alrighty. You mount the mechanical bull. And he's like, well, everybody, it seems the paladin has decided to give it another try. Remember, sir, the longer you are on the bull, the better. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Alrighty. He hits a button under his table, and you hear the bull start to move about and start to buck you off its back. Now I'm going to ask you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Goddamn right, I'm gonna roll a goddamn strength saving throw. There you go.
How much? Did you roll a 1?
Okay, I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it. Damn
Is
it.
that a natural 20?
It's a natural 20.
Hey. That
Would you
means
look at that? I am one step closer to my redemption.
Small question: Wouldn't he be rolling then with advantage given that he's an orc paladin?
Nope. That's not how it works.
Okay, got it.
And
just a question.
I mean, just because I'm an orc paladin means I should have advantage every single fucking time.
No,
But, you know,
I mean,
that should be too
yeah, but
numerical.
you're also using a hammer, so it's like strength, kind of your thing.
Pickaxe. He's
I'm not
using
using a hammer, it's more of a pick. But that's
war
totally
pick.
fine.
Alright.
You can assume that.
Yes, so you stay on this bull as it starts to buck you off, and you hold on to that bull like it's nothing, alright? This is nothing compared to whatever you've been facing your whole life, and you're holding on to that bull
Bring it
like it's
the
nothing.
fuck on!
You made
Bring
that
it the
bull.
fuck on!
Yeah, and you hear the whoa, he's holding on pretty good. It's like that bull's not even there. Teach him a lesson. As you hear the people shouting at you, you stay on that bull for 24 seconds, and then I'm going to ask you again to roll another strength saving throw to see if you can sustain your mount.
Please, God. Please, God. That's an 11.
11 total?
Yeah, 7 plus 4.
11. Alright. You stay for... You're on that bull, and it's suddenly there's a movement that the bull does unprecedentedly, and it takes you off the bull's back, and your whole body goes flying for a microsecond. You catch yourself before you fall into the bull, but you're on the side of the bull itself, hanging on by a thread. I'm gonna ask you to roll another strength saving throw, but this time with disadvantage.
Damnable beast! Yeah, I shall not be defeated once again. Disadvantage, huh?
Yes.
Yes! Okay. 17. I rolled a
17.
13 and a 15.
Nice. As you're on that bull and you're holding on to your life, you pull your strength up, reposition yourself as you're being bucked by this bull, and everyone's like, "Whoa! You see that? No, that's a man!"
Go beast!
That's a man right there! You see that? See, you just bucking up to this bull. You stay on that bull for an additional 12 seconds, it being 48 seconds completely. And I ask you to roll another strength saving throw. This time a normal roll.
Fuck no. That is 7 plus. That's 7 plus 4 again. It's 11. God damn
11. This time you are taken again by the bull's strength. This time you're hanging on from his head as you're holding on to the bull from the side.
God. What is this mechanical beast? Oh God, no.
As you're being held by its horn, I'm gonna ask you to roll again with disadvantage your strength saving throw.
Fuck my life. That's not bad. That's not bad either. It's a total of 14.
14. You're able to right yourself enough to not fall off the bull, and the bull just keeps bucking and bucking, and you see that the guy on the stall is like, wow, he came here to dominate that beast. Well, I'm not gonna make it easy for him either. And you hear the bull start to crank up and actually start to buck even harder than before, and you feel like, oh shit!
What in God's name is going on? This mechanical beast has lost his mind.
Starts to turn around, do like 360s, tries to buck you forward, then back really hard. I'm gonna ask you to roll another strength saving throw. The DC has increased by 2 this time.
What? Fuck.
Yeah.
15.
You succeed, as you stay an additional 12 seconds just holding on to that bull, and nothing is getting you off. Everybody's like, wow, you see that? The bull's going crazy! Go get him, Urgas! You teach that bull a lesson! Do it for us! Do it for me!
I would have put it that way. I think I would have took it.
And Varys,
like,
you swear, Urgas, you swear you see Varys, the singular tear fall off his face as you're dominating this metallic beast.
Beautiful as the waterfall itself.
As you're holding on to this beast, I'm gonna ask you to roll another strength save.
Also, his record basically being erased at the moment.
The highest record was Astrea.
What was that?
Yeah, the highest record was Astrea. Astrea won this game last day. Yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Varys took a hit to the groin.
14.
14, you succeed, as you stay an additional 12 seconds on the bull, holding on by the thread. You can start to hear the leather of the bull start to shear and tether off the bull itself as it's going faster and faster and faster as you're trying to hold on to dear life. The people are going crazy as you're just holding on, and some of the pieces of the bull start to come apart as your weight's starting to dig deep into its motion. I'm gonna ask you to roll another strength.
This is coming alive.
I'm gonna ask you to roll another strength save.
Dear God.
Ouch. That's a 6.
That's a 6. As you're holding on to this bull, the chair that you're sitting on, you're holding on really hard, suddenly rip and take you to the side of the ring as you crash to the side. Everybody, the bull's still going crazy, and the guy just tries to shut it down as slowly as he can, and the bull suddenly stops in its motion, the chair completely destroyed, some of the pieces of the bull falling off, and you're just holding on to what remained of the saddle. And you see everybody, yeah, you're holding on to it as you like gripping that to not let go. Everybody around just scream and rejoice in your victory as you broke the record.
Did I just tame the beast?
And Varys, above you as you're like below a Packard fence. Yeah, I think you did. You did it for us.
I tamed the beast.
You did it for us,
mate. The mechanical beast.
As you look up.
I take the warhammer and just smash it against the ground.
Please! No! Destroy the beast! You warpick the...
Do you see my glorious victory against this beast?
The crowd go crazy, everybody's chanting and screaming for you and the likes. And you see that the halfling just walks up to you with a box under his arm. Well, you had a good run. Well, everybody, that is all for today. Orgas broke the record, and we don't have a bull to ride, so I guess he wins by default, people.
Jesus Christ.
It should be.
So, Mr. Paladin, sir, you have a chance to pull something from this box. Now, this is a box of many things. Whatever you desire or ask for it to give you will present itself in your hand. It can be anything. It could be food, it could be an item, it could be information. As you wish. So, you can... He opens the box. You can put your hand inside and wish for whatever you want. Albeit something it could create.
Oh my god.
Think your words carefully now.
It's something that had been on my mind for the longest bloody time. Let's see. Brain rack. I take the hammer and I just smack it across my head a little.
I have just been demonetized now. You're bringing guns.
Bringing firearms onto this live show.
It's airsoft.
Don't be bringing firearms. Airsoft, my soft, your soft. It doesn't matter. Just take it off the screen. It is unteamable for recording. Okay. There we go. Thank you very much.
We can do like certain type of media and just censor it. Absolutely.
Of course.
We can just call this a paintball stream.
I don't know if the pixels are gonna work too much though.
Well, anyway,
depixelization. Anyways, regardless, I shall reach into the box and wish for the location of the rival tribe.
All right.
Wait, what?
Those exact words. Okay. So you pull your hand into the box. As you reach in and you say what you wish. You wish it with your heart. You feel a paper or something light and crumbly as you close your hand and pull it out of the box. Inside is what would be a map of the world and other notes stacked to it. The small man closes the box. Well, that is all for today, folks. I'm going to clear up so I can be in time for the contest now. Now, everybody, hustle up. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, good sir. You are much of help. Thank you very much.
Yes, you've been extremely helpful in destroying my 500 gold pieces metallic gold.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to the piece. Oh, here you go, by the way.
This will only cover 1% of that, but that'll do. And he pockets the coin. Have a good day, sir.
Maybe I should have kept it as a trophy for me taming this damnable beast. But regardless,
well, it's a.
I'll keep this map as a reminder of me destroying the mechanical beast. I know the whereabouts of rival clan. Which I look at the map. It's the full map of the world. I didn't ask for that. But regardless,
it's you wanted the exact location. Your words, the exact location of where they are, and the best way to say it is with the map of the continent that we're seeing, the world map.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's like, all right. You do as you will. I'm going to clean this up so I can be in time for the arena contest, which will be done at sunrise. As we do.
I look at the paper and I stop it for a second. I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you say arena?
Well, yes. The Heroes Festival has a contest for adventurers and heroes who partake. usually done at the second and third day, but this year they decided to do it on the second day. Not sure. Yeah, they don't really have a preference. It's just they were able to prepare earlier this season.
I'm not sure if Eldat will allow me to partake in these certain events. But I really never gave a shit.
Well, it's as long as you're with your party and you're able to fight these monsters that they will bring in and win, I'm sure whatever goddess wouldn't mind. If it is for the glory of whoever, really. But I
look at Varys. I look back at him. How much are the earnings?
Every year is different. Though this year's earnings are a pot of 2,000 gold pieces.
I put my hand on Varys. Varys.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What I need you to do with your little monk feet is to run back to everybody, and I need you to tell them that we've hit the mother lode, and I'm gonna win this thing.
Well, it needs a party, but I'll tell everybody else. And Varys.
Oh yes, of course, the party. Yes.
And Varys takes his leave and runs to the inn back to everybody else.
Yes,
sure
of course. Mr. Halfling, you've been very, 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 very extremely kind to me. You allowed me the rematch of the lifetime, and that rematch has gave fruit to my destiny. Yes, my destiny.
Well, as long as your adventures are fruitful, I'm sure we will meet again.
Don't worry,
Anyway.
we're the finest warriors around.
I'm sure. And so he leaves the area, not leaves, but he starts to pick up the things and start to put them in a box. As you're basically escorted out of the pen where the mechanical bull was. And we'll cut to Eileen as you are heading where exactly?
Well, as I walk out of the inn and toward the library, I'm just gonna say that I just heard the absolute stupidly crazy cheering from the bull rider. I'm just gonna hold my face in my hands and I'm just gonna say, please, gods, let us not pay for the damages, because I am already inquiring as to how much it is gonna be. And then just continue on.
A lot. So, you head to
Do not worry, do not fret. Orgast has won the bet.
Anyway, you head to the library. As you head inside, you see the same old man, the librarian, the headmaster of the library, as you walk forth. And he's like, "But hello, young mistress. You come here for more research, I assume."
Yes, first of all, good morning. I hope you had a pleasant night.
I had a very pleasant.
It says that during the contest, I may have won something that has piqued my interest, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it. And as I say that, I just pull out the blade, which I wrapped in a cloth, just to basically keep myself from touching the blade and possibly cursing myself.
Yeah, you present the blade in front of him as you stack it across some books with the cloth itself protecting the material below. And you see his face turn to interest. Oh, this is a very peculiar blade. I don't think I've seen such a blade like this before. That, if ever. But it does pique my interest. But little one, I'll have you know, I am a wizard. I can try to identify this grand piece you have here for you.
If you would please,
From Skulls.
so. It's like every sense, every fiber of my being is telling me to be wary of this blade. But for some reason, I pulled it out. Because during the contest, they were using this box that basically has for it inside. And
Yes, the
I
box of many
decided-
things. I'm
I
familiar with the
decided for-
concept. Yes.
I decided for a new weapon, but it gave me this, and every fiber of my being is telling me to be cautious of it. And
No,
I am
as you
wondering-
should be. The blade emanates a alluring sensation to it, but with sinister vibes. You can smell its dark magic here at work, but let me find my purse so I can actually identify this item. As he moves to the back and finds the component that he's looking for, he takes a pearl and places it over his eye and begins to chant some magical words and spell. As he finishes, this happens in 10 minutes, as he finishes the identification, it's like he grows silent, a bit disturbed. This blade should not be here. At least not one of its kind. He pockets the pearl. This blade has a name, though it's only a sister to the original. This blade is called the Black Edge. It is cursed in every sense of the word. It's a blade that hungers for the souls of its victims.
This is dangerous. This is absolutely dangerous, sir.
Completely.
So something tells me that I shouldn't use this because while it would be good to deal a finishing blow, it goes up against every teaching of the Raven Queen. Souls, we put the souls to rest. This thing will consume the essence of anything that it kills.
Well, it would consume the soul and be part of the blade itself. This is a replica of what would be the original, the Black Racer, a much more sinister blade than this one. If I recall, these blades were meant for dark beings who lust over the consumption of souls and their power. It is said that once you possess the blade or attune yourself to it, you're able to partake some of the essence of those you have killed and give you temporary strength, if not vitality. It also may protect you from any weary creature living, that is. I sense it could prevent you from getting stalked and attacked in the dark of night, since it can sense any soul around roughly 30 feet around you. But it will hunger for souls if not fed.
I must be cautious if I use this blade. I will not
You
want
should
it.
be cautious. This blade is not one of law. In fact, if this blade were to be found by any lawful order, that of the Church of Tyr or the like, they would announce to destroy this blade from existence and release the souls trapped inside, at least whatever essence it captured.
Well, I do understand the desire to destroy the blade. I don't think it may be a good idea. It is a curse. Curses don't just disappear, even if the subject is destroyed. Some of them, depending on the type of curse, they may even pass on to other objects. I am afraid of what may happen if this curse loses its vessel.
That may be true, but the blade itself has a hunger, and this one hasn't fed in a while. That's why we sense its danger. It's looking for a way to devour our souls this very instant, but its limited sentience can't really compel anything. Not until you are one with the blade.
Well, I do wish to attune myself. I fear of what may happen if I were not to be able to, if I were not to be successful. Though I feel this blade may come useful in the future, for I am beginning to believe that we may be facing forces greater than what anything we've ever faced so far. Probably a resurrection of a god.
Well, gods die and are reborn, at least through history and what stories tell us. But a god is difficult to kill. In fact, there is no real way to kill a god, at least not to us mortals' knowledge.
That's why I feel that if what we're dealing with is the resurrection of an evil god, I may be able to interrupt said resurrection. Probably use the blade to seal that powerful soul away within it.
I'm not certain. There's too many unknowns for me to give you a concrete answer. But
it's not something that I think it's been tried before. It is just mere speculation so far.
of course,
But if it gives me a way to do so, or at least a path to investigate towards this, we can prevent an unimaginable loss of life. Even though the Raven Queen accepts all the souls and helps them pass on, this could bring about a massive imbalance within the spirit world and our own. I don't wish to see what could happen were we to fail.
well, this is a lot to take in. But I'm sure you will find an answer soon. For now, that is most of what I can help you with the blade. The identification gave you its name, its powers, properties. You're able to actually analyze the blade. Just be careful once attuned to it. It has quite a hunger. If it doesn't feed in 7 days after harvesting a soul, it will compel you to kill a creature.
I will be careful about this. I believe I'm still quite inexperienced in dealing with these type of artifacts. And as I said, I'm just basically wrapping it back into the cloth. I will need to get a scabbard done for this, mostly to see if I can contain the hunger of the blade in check, keep it in check. Maybe an enchanted scabbard is probably not going to be anything easy to come by or to make at all. But
Well,
it may help in carrying this thing without fear of it going absolutely.
I'm gonna roll for him just a random d20, see if he can think of something for you.
Alright.
Sure. Well, I don't think a scabbard could contain this blade's hunger. But maybe you could have a scabbard that helps keep its hunger at bay. What I'm saying now is dark magics and dark arts that I don't really practice, but if you were able to find, let's say, a artificer or a magical man who could make you a powerful scabbard too, maybe trap the souls of the near dead, or those who are killed nearby in order to take some of their souls into the scabbard itself. Sure, you should be able to contain some of the bloodlust of the blade. Not necessarily having the blade to do the kill, but give it what it wants.
Without risking losing itself.
Not an easy task either, but if you can find a solution that way, that could help.
It is certainly a better idea than simply using it to fight and possibly losing myself to it. It goes up against every fiber of my being, but so far it is the only way I see to keep it at bay, which is more than enough. I believe not that I'm an artificer in my party.
Well, he's not in the party
Yeah.
right now. He's in the city, and the artificer you're thinking about is Leland. And he is walking about in the city, just looking for merchants and talking to NPCs and stuff.
I do believe we have an artificer in our party, but I am sure of his skills in crafting this, though I may just need to ask. It is, after all, an urgent matter to contain this blade. Maybe I can bring him over, and he can help us creating this scabbard.
I think we could try something. Anything is better than nothing.
It is better indeed. For the moment, though, I think I will check the records, see if I can find more information on the Black Racer. If there are any records left at all, that is.
Of course.
And possibly find more information on the sigils and on the cults that we found. I think my investigation is leading me somewhere, and I already contacted the Church of the Raven Queen and the Crescent Moon. So
You have?
Yes, which changed later. Thankfully, my familiar is able to come and go at long distances, and I was able to send a letter, basically warn them of any possible attacks and what we're dealing with. They are looking for more information as we speak. I am awaiting more letters. I may find more when we get back to the room.
Alrighty. Of course. Well, you know where the library is. The door's unlocked, so you can go inside and do your research as you will.
To be honest, you've been so far the best thing. So far, you've been the greatest help I've had.
Oh,
It is certainly quite vexing what's going on. I expected a lot of things. I expected the cult of the Raven Queen to have its detractors, but I never expected something of this magnitude.
Well, the world has many questions, but very few answers, little one. I see a little of me in you, in the quest for knowledge, which is why I feel compelled to help you find all the answers you're looking for. We may not have them all, but we may have some inkling as to where you may find your correct perception.
Very much, to be honest. I think I will go start investigating. Maybe I can find more information. Maybe I can find more objects adjacent to this blade. probably prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Nobody knows what could happen if anyone were to fall on anything related to this blade itself. God forbid the Black Racer.
Of course. Go right ahead, and I will be with you shortly. I will organize some books and help you with your research as well.
Okay, thank you. And as I say that, I'm just going to walk into the room and start searching for books. Basically, books on the origins of the cursed blade, and any records of previous wielders of said blades, or any related objects that may or may not cause a really bad time.
All right. Roll me a history check.
Got an 11. Oh shit, I forgot. Give me a second. History is intelligence. So 11 plus 3, that's a 14.
14? Alright.
Yeah.
You're looking for the Black Racer's information, correct? That's the first thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. You look around history, and you have to look back, like really back, to the point where you find information about the blade itself. The blade's origins are questionable, as there's not enough documentation about the blade. But what you can gather and what you've were able to find amongst the information, the blade was won in battle against a Shadowfell creature, an agent of the Shadowfell. Once the blade was taken, it was placed in a vault with little to no indication as to where, in order to protect the blade itself. But it also mentions that it's guarded with other sentient weapons. The Black Razor itself is sentient, evil, in a sense where it's always hungering for souls, even more than the Black Edge is a sister replica. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I was reading something here. For the moment, you don't know where the blade is. It's located in a vault, hidden from the world, forgotten in time, or erased from history in order to protect its location and the other weapons that are in the vault. What you can tell from its origins, it came from the Shadowfell. From a creature of the Shadowfell, of evil intent. Its whole purpose was to reap the souls and use use the life force of their opponents to keep the wielder alive.
So it extended the lifespan of the wielder by consuming souls.
It extended the life of the wielder and its vitality in combat. As he fought and received wounds, he was able to regain some of his own health, whilst consuming the souls of the fallen.
AKA a life leech blade.
Yes. Lifesteal.
Damn, like that's rough.
Yeah. That's what you're able to gather from the books, the history. The blade itself is lost and unable to actually be pinpointed, at least with the information you have in this library.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the information about the Black Blade, about both the Black Racer black edge and the black edge basically being related and everything. I'm going to draw the design of the black edge into the book as an illustration, like I've been doing before. Question: does the black race? Is there any pictures of the black racer within the book?
The black racer. The only picture you could find was a picture of the pommel. And I looked.
Okay, so I'm just gonna...
And I looked, and this is what I found. The pommel itself. And it's a drawing, an artistic rendition of the pommel of the black racer. The razored blade with every indication that everything was meant to just resurrect the whole thing. Of the handle.
Guard.
Yeah, of the handle, the guard, and maybe the beginnings of the blade, but not the blade entirely. The black edge, though, looks like this.
Oh.
That looks rad.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Almost looks like Heartslayer. Oops.
Similar.
That's spoilers.
Similar.
So I'm going to draw everything that I find, and I am going to look for information on any possible. I'm pretty sure the book has a map, so I am going to look for information on all existing bolts to basically map them out and try to, during our travels, triangulate the possible location of the Black Racer itself.
Alright.
Because I'm also going to make note of the other sentient objects too, just for a simple reason, and is that if any of those objects are similar in any kind of nature to this thing, they either need to be recovered from whoever's holding them or absolutely destroyed.
Into the finals of Moria they go.
Do I have to roll a history check or?
No, you take this information and you write it down, you congregate everything, and make a note of all the information you have with what little you can get from these old books, where they were written, who wrote them, what information you could get from these people, that kind of thing. You're doing extensive research that is going to take you practically downtime in order to actually triangulate and get the location of the vault, per se.
The approximate location at this point.
The approximate location, and then from there you need to narrow it down even deeper to actually find the vault.
It will be an extensive amount of freaking luck to just nail that. Anyway, I just keep studying and basically working through all the documents and everything that I can find. See if I can find any information, any more information that could ever lead. I'm also going to look for possible incidents related to sentient objects and the location of said incidents, just to basically narrow down my field of search.
Okay.
Basically triangulating every possible incident and where it happened. That way I can basically pinpoint more or less the location of the Black Racer.
Okay. You do that. You calculate all that information, you write it down, and you start to make some mental notes as to what you're doing and writing down this information. in the book, the ledger that your wizard friend gave you, as you're like taking all this information and writing everything down, practically turning it upside down. You spend what would be 10 pages of this ledger just filling it with information, with what you find and all your findings, redrawing maps, maybe just give an estimate of who these people may have been, who they were, who they are, that kind of thing. You spend about an hour doing this, and whilst you're doing this, Mito y Estrella, what are you doing?
You're muted, by the way.
You are muted, yeah. I don't know if you're there, but hello.
Hello? Estrella? Mito?
Let me give them a wake up call. Let me give them a wake up call.
As if you're sleeping at all?
Okay, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw the message on discussion.
Yes, I saw the message.
Alright, did you level up your character then?
Give me a second. I'm gonna give them a call.
Alrighty then.
That would be much appreciated.
It's splendid, really splendid. Marvelous.
Hello. No se escuchan ustedes por Discord, por si acaso. Yeah, we know. We're trying to talk to you.
¿Qué fue lo que pasó?
Wow.
Okay, so Cora will speak.
Lo que recuerdo es que estaban discutiendo las dos espadas y no pude escuchar bien todo lo que decía Alexis.
Ok, so lo que pasó es que ahora mismo yo estoy básicamente haciendo una hora de investigación, tratando de triangular la localización de Black Racer y de cualquier otro objeto, básicamente, to find it. So it's gonna take me about an hour of absolute research.
It's gonna take you a lot longer to actually narrow it down even further to actually finding its location. Because
That's for sure.
You spend an hour like allocating the information you need in order to begin doing all this stuff. But Mito y Estrella, you both left the room and are trying to look for information to try and solve the riddle. So I ask you, what are you doing?
Pero ya que estás aquí casualmente, ¿dónde quieres ir primero? Pasa que oficialmente Corazón fue a dormir, pero casualmente estaba pasando por aquí cuando empezaste a preguntar.
I mean, okay, so this bear. I mean, I think.
A what?
Can you put the scroll again?
¿Dónde es que está? Pues yo me acuerdo que lo vi, pero no me acuerdo dónde está. Session Tracker.
Discussion. Yo lo pongo aquí.
Dice, ok, ya lo encontré. Pero aquí, este es el... The message you bear may cause despair. To find its host, it keeps you search. A clue you will find in a tournament on sunrise. Gather allies and slay victory, for a helpful lead is about to be. If you wish to know more, ask a drow of great renown. Ask Gwendolyn at her supper.
Understand half of it, but okay. Let's keep the thing on.
Ya voy, tú estás en línea hablando. Pues. Shalala, la.
Yeah, but like okay, so the scroll I have, I guess because I don't have any other message. cause despair find its host. So, like the author.
The message you bear. Tú dijiste que tu personaje tenía algo importante que decirle a alguien, pero no sabías a quién era. So whatever message will be, may cause despair. To find a host, o sea, como que a quién ese mensaje le toca. It keeps your search. No sé qué quiere decir con eso, si está hablando de que mantiene tu búsqueda. O está haciendo keeps sin castillo o algo así.
Que yo lo que me imagino ahora, porque estamos en el torneo.
No estamos en el torneo.
No estamos en el hospital.
No estamos en el torneo.
El festival. Because we were in the festival, we were playing games,
Pues,
there were tournaments there.
Y dice que en el torneo, que en un torneo que va a tomar lugar en el amanecer vas a encontrar una pista.
Did it not take place already?
Nope.
Aparentemente. No.
There is another.
Que consigas aliados y que cualquier otra pregunta vayas a no sé quién rayos a preguntarle si Gwendolyn ya comió.
Pues, bueno, estamos en el festival, se supone que el chaval ese estuviera por ahí. No hagas eso. So I guess we search on the festival to see where he is, and ask him if Gwendolyn had herself. Yeah, random people. Hello, random people. Did Gwendolyn have dinner yet?
Yo se supone que iba a chequear on Daven. Entonces me gustaría tomarme media hora, una hora con Daven antes de salir con Cora.
Okay, so you spend a couple of minutes with Davin as he's, keeping entertained the baby Griffin, as it's there, it's getting fed, getting to play with, and learning to walk. It's still wobbly with its movement. It still doesn't have all its feathers yet, but it's it's growing. It's getting there.
No me dejaría si mi personaje empieza a enseñarle el ritual a Devin, el ritual de Talk to Animals.
The spell.
Ahora, por ejemplo, esta noche, tomarme un ratito y empezar el proceso de educarle cómo hacer este ritual.
Well, yeah, sure. You could spend the night teaching him that, but it's not gonna be like an hour thing. It's gonna take you at least a day to teach him how to do the spell. Sure, but it's a baby.
Nada, si es así, I know. Talk to animal. What do you have to say? Goo goo gaga.
Gaga, yeah.
Okay, do you hear goo goo gaga or pio pio? Goo goo gaga, it works. Think about it. It's funny.
Now wait. So you spend some time with Davin, you tell him about your plans, how you want to teach him a couple of spells. Davin reluctantly agrees. As you leave the area with Astrea to try and find the Drow of Great Renown. How do you look for this Drow of Great Renown, though?
Well, I have absolutely no idea since how obscure was the riddle. So I would go check on the tournament. But if there are any tournaments taking place, and what tournaments are?
Well, you start to search around. You go back to Astrea's location where she stayed in the inn or whatever she stayed, and you look around and you see on some bulletin boards there's a new paper stuck to the walls, and it says this.
Arena hey! I didn't look for paper, so therefore I did not see it.
Yes, you were a
Gotcha,
man
Agent.
on a mission.
Yes.
You were an orc on a mission. Sorry,
Hmm.
orc isn't. You know. Anyway,
Of course, of course.
yes. So you see,
Fallen fighters will be resurrected.
yes, it is a dangerous thing to go
Goddamn.
into an arena fighting monsters. There is a caveat. Yeah, you know, you could be resurrected. Stuff like
No
that.
man on that one.
So I gotta.
That's
So
down
as
here. You know,
someone as dumb as Orgast, I got a question.
it's
What
down
happens
here.
if the monster eats you? How will you
Well-
be resurrected?
From poop.
Fallen fighters will be resurrected. That is a question you need to ask the NPCs running this.
When I anything.
If someone's done as Orgast, I will go over there and ask them, but I will do that later when the spotlight is on me.
You wanna know the funny thing? I've been reading a manga called Donjo Meshi, and literally, one of the characters got eaten by a dragon,
That
and they
much,
had
yeah.
to resurrect her from the bones, from digested bones.
Ooh, that's nasty. Anyway,
Yeah. that
so
was-
yeah, it's really
Doesn't sound
something. It's not pleasant, never pleasant. So, Orgast, you
I-
go
I
in
saw
there,
that
you
as
see that Mito, yeah. What do you do?
I saw the first thing I wanna do is to ask Astrea to sign us up as I do talk to animal ritual, because I think it might come in handy to convince my monster opponent to play dead.
You have talked to animals, not talk to monsters. Doesn't work that way unless the monster's a beast, and is
Which can happen.
friendly. I mean, it could happen. You could do it before the combat, but you don't know if you'll see the monsters or not. So you go into you both Orgast and Mito and Astrea. Orgast, after doing his thing con Varys, you forego to this location.
Do we meet up?
You do. As you're going up the stairs, you go into. Let me open this completely. As you can see. You guys go into what would be the stairs leading into the Dorian Keep, which is the castle of this town. As you get to the steps, you see there is a line already building up to the top of the keep itself. And you hear people screaming and getting excited, and you see some kids around 10 or 8 years old being excited, holding figures of monsters and knights, and like playing with themselves and stuff like that. You stay in line
Look at that, that's
for
adorable.
you stay in line for what
That's
would be
adorable.
a couple of minutes. You reach the entrance and you see that the line just keeps going back and forth. You see people walking in and out. When you get up to the front, you see a battalion of soldiers holding spears and just letting people pass through, just slowly keeping an eye on everybody. They notice the two of you and salute you as they recognize you as the guys who defeated the lunatics and let you pass with little to no issue. You walk inside through the courtyard and are practically guided by the crowd to what would be the arena. I don't know why it did that. It's really messed up. You walk into what would be the arena. It's a large coliseum built around some stalls and some people walking into them. The doors are closed of the arena itself, but there's a lot of people walking about and a lot of stalls already been set up and are selling items and weapons and some magical items here and there. You can see some of them selling really odd trinkets of heroes and characters. Others are selling like spy glasses and binoculars so they can see from far behind the stands. Some are selling really expensive items, like a sphere of scrying, which allows them to actually see everything from their perspective. Instead of being in the arena, they could see it through a sphere that they pay for. Really expensive. And you see a line of people, of adventurers, wearing their heavy metals and their weapons. You see 3 groups in particular stand out from these group of adventurers. You see a group of people wearing little to no protection. They're very nomadic. They have leather clothing, giant swords, maces, weapons, a variety of races, and they're just anxiously waiting to get in the front and assign themselves into the event. And you see another party full of knights wearing these cladded armors.
Esos son barbarios, ¿verdad?
You would assume they are barbarians. They're very nomadic. They're very tribal in nature. So you get a sense from seeing that. You see another group of adventurers all wearing the same insignia, that of the burning sun. They're wearing yellow and golden colors. They seem to be more relaxed as they're wearing medium to light armor. They have what looks to be a clear priest, a mage user, 2 knights, and an archer in the party. And then there's the other group of people who stand out because they're singing as they're getting in the line. Singing about their praises, how they're excited to fight these monsters, about their own adventures and everything. It's a band of 5 people, just a quintet, mind you, as they're singing about what their victory will prevail and how they will gain the glory of winning the tournament and stuff. You get in line, just behind a few of them. They're anxiously waiting to get in line. The party that is in front of you is the barbarian ones. They're very anxious. They have broad shoulders. They're anxiously waiting. You see one of them tapping his arm really furiously. Why don't they make us wait in line? I just want to kill some things, you know?
Agree.
You must be adventurers yourself. Name's Wrecker. What's yours, big man?
August. I'm the slayer of the mechanical beast.
The slayer of mechanical beasts? Now that's something.
Yes, of course. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of grit, a lot of strength. By the way, do you know about the waterfall?
I know of a waterfall. But which particular waterfall are you talking about?
Well, let's see. Per the goddess Eldat, I'm supposed to tell everyone about her greatness, and her greatness is part of the waterfall. You pray to her, you gain some good things in your life, I guess. I'm not really keen on the details either.
I see. Waterfall benefits. He's not smart. Behind him.
Yeah, neither is Gorgas, so.
Neither is Gorgas. Behind him, a female tiefling, with a blue skin undertone, just pushes him aside. He's like, don't mind him. He's a bit of. Man, look, he has a few screws loose here and there, but he pays no mind to that. Right, Wrecker? Yes, Fiend. Yes.
Do not worry, do not fret. I am the one with the brains here in this group, and I shall tell you that it is fine. It is fine to be as intelligent as this man over here. Anyone can be taught.
I would assume. So, this is your merry band? You 4 people traveled together.
Oh yes, we have more, but I'm pretty sure with this 4 we can handle whatever they're gonna throw at us.
Well, I would assume. Otherwise, you would die in the arena, though they could resurrect you. I'm not sure if piecing you back limb by limb is a good option.
I'm sorry, did you just say resurrect us?
Yeah, and behind behind the both of them. Yes, you heard right. This is a battle of life and death, where death itself is a reward.
Oh my goodness, I am excited. I am beyond ecstatic.
Yeah. Between the two of them, they practically move aside, and you see a smaller man than Wrecker in size, but in like posture and presence, gives you the ideal of a strong leader. Name's Alpha. We are the Wild Bats. Who might you be?
Wild. Okay, I'm gonna hold on that. My name is Orgas, Slayer of Mechanical Beasts, and the Preceptor of the Waterfall. This is Mito X, the Man of Coin and Man of Business. This is Varus, the Monk of Quick Feet. And this is Estrella. She's very tough.
Go on.
Yes.
Como que?
I see.
Left out. I was not a.
Y'all the Griffic Nomads.
Griffic Nomads.
So
This name I've been hearing for a while, ever since we got into town. You were the ones who destroyed the lunatic cult who was trying to destroy the waterfall, is that correct?
Oh yes, the waterfall. Yes, it was that bastard. His name is Cliff. I wanted to throw him off one, but Elzap said no, so I decided not to. But yes, of course, it's that lunatic. It's exactly that lunatic.
I see a man of caliber. You hear the whole party, the Wild Bats laughing.
I laugh with them.
Yeah. Well, as long as the madman is taken care of, I'm sure we shall see no trouble. The only death here will be done in the arena.
That's right. It'll be the beasts that come before my hammer.
I am sure. Well, I hope to see you in the battlefield soon. But not as enemies, as allies. I do not wish to strike
Yes, of course.
your hand.
I like to stand close to strong, impressionable people. I look towards Varus.
Yeah.
I think you're strong too, don't worry about it.
Okay, thanks.
I wish to know more about your culture too. Maybe after the tournament is over, I don't know. You can have a seat and talk to my head in a flask.
Yeah. If you offer beer, we'll be there, right, boys? Rah!
With my head in a flask. Like, I'm making fun of the fact that they were gonna kill me.
This man makes a mean stew, I'm telling you right now.
Really? Well, that's something to be seen. Anyway, I will leave you,
You know
to
what?
it.
Alex, accept it.
Yeah.
Let's just hope I can cook after this.
Hey. Well, we'll be staying on the Sad Horse Pub. I'm sure that's where you're staying as well. Let's see each other after we finish our daily task, eh? And he takes his party to the booth to sign their party names and everybody and do all the paperwork. You guys are next as you walk into another booth as you're called. You're hauled in. Inside, you see a very scrawny looking man, just beard all over his face, a cloak with the hood down. He's signing papers after signing papers, and he's like, hello, who might you be? As he has one lazy eye. Very tall orc, what is your name?
I am Orgast, slayer of mechanical beasts and purveyor of the waterfall. This is Mito X, master of coin and business. This is Astria, she's very tough. And there is Varys, the monk of quick feet.
Oh, Varys. How do you write Varys? Is it with a V or a V? A V. Oh, V. Okay. Writes all of that quickly.
Yes, of course, I get confused with letters as well.
Right. Is there anybody else missing from this merry band of humans?
Why, of course. Yeah, of course. There was a couple of more of us, but the thing is, there were too chicken to come here, so us four decided to fill in for them.
Well, I need to
By the
inform
way,
you.
I read the flyer. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I read the flyer. It says something about dying and being resurrected. I got a question.
Yes.
So, when you die, for example, if you get swallowed by a dragon, how would you get resurrected?
Well, it's really difficult to do without the body if the body is digested.
To my point, yes.
Yes, we would resurrect you if your body was still intact. Though this has only happened once, and it wasn't here when someone's body was completely digested by a beast. But nonetheless, the beast here do not devour, at least not fully, your body. So you should be rest assured you will be resurrected if you fall, if that ever may happen. No,
I do not think so. Not me, of course. I don't fall.
No, I need to tell you that this particular contest is against a beast of monstrous design. It's to bring a bit of story and action into the festivities. You see, the king and his merry band of heroes, those who can be here at least, will be witnessing the event. So, if you show what you are made of, they might take a liking to you. Also,
I'm sure
you can bring your weapons and bring your magics. You have until tomorrow to add or remove any chicken wuss or chicken shit adventurer who chickens out at the last second. But until then, until the activities start, there will be no replacements, and if you die and are resurrected, you are out of the competition. That is, if the party is wiped out, in the case of that ever happening.
Are you saying if I'm the only one that's standing tall, and I defeated all the creatures, we still advance?
Well, yes. You know, going down doesn't necessarily mean you die, it just means you go unconscious, though these beasts are relentless most of the time. No.
Also, by the way, this is not a hypothetical thing, this is what's gonna happen. I'm probably gonna be the one standing tall, and I'm gonna kill all the creatures by myself. Nothing against you guys are pretty badass yourselves, but be marveling towards me, this man of many muscles.
Can I roll for my crow to be there and speak something to me directly?
Your crow would be too far away to actually use that feature.
No, I mean, he can talk to animals. I'm not saying like talk directly through him, but like the crow itself speak to Mito. I have a snarky remark to make.
I mean, the crow can make his own smarky remark, but it's not going to be, you know, from your characters. The crow itself being its own.
No, that's the point. That's the point. I mean, the crow has been.
The crow was never vanished. He's just flying about, sees the party, follows them, and perches on one of the columns, listening into the conversation. So the crow is there, if you wish, and see the whole thing.
I'm just gonna make the crow fly over to Mito's shoulder and say, "Bold words for the one who almost died in the previous battle, but sure."
would
I hear
bode really bad for the people who died in the previous battle.
No,
Like,
bold words for the one who almost died in the previous battle, but sure.
Do I hear this? Do I hear this?
Hey, I'm
no, it's a
I'm
bird.
still alive.
It's a bird. It's just talking to me.
The one
over
who
from
can
the air.
basically understand him, the one who can basically understand him right now is Mito. So,
Wait, he can understand them passively?
huh?
no,
No,
he
yo
needs to cast a spell.
antes de salir, cuando me enteré del torneo, yo quise hacer un ritual de Talk to Animals que dura como
Yeah,
una hora.
so lo tiene activado
Guess the fuck
prácticamente.
what? Guess the fuck what? I have speak with animals. Motherfucker. I can't fucking hear your fucking snarky prick.
But do you have it active? Do you have it active though?
I doubt Mito has it active either.
No, he casted it. That's the thing.
Wait,
Anyway,
you fucking casted it?
it lasts an hour, so yeah. So
Fuck it. Oh yeah.
yeah.
That
So
remark delivered.
anyway, I'm sure we are no sloughs ourselves. We need to capture the beast alive. That's a feat in and of itself. I created the
It's a
devices
job.
that keep the beasts in check. Just don't tell anybody. Shit. And and I need you to sign these papers, and points the papers to you to sign here, here, here,
The waivers.
and here.
The waivers.
Yes.
Oh yes, I shall sign this. I pass it to Varys.
Yeah. I think it's more official if the merchant does it and passes it on to Vito.
Yeah, signed by Mito X, Merchant Extraordinaire, Big Angry Green Warrior,
Sí, sí.
Gorgeous 4-inch Elf, and I don't know, ¿qué pongo para el cuarto personaje que sea gracioso?
Oh, Estrella.
After I had the gold yourself.
¿Ah?
Dijiste, te dijiste tú, falta Varys, el último que no
Varys.
¿Qué pongo para Bears? Spunky Elf who thinks it's an adult. And Spunky Elf who thinks it's an adult.
Hey, Jumpy, if you're watching this recording, I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Quiero hacer eso, en verdad, pero fuera de broma, por respeto a mis compañeros, mi Torex lo llenó apropiado y respetuosamente.
Yeah.
Solo que
You
se tomó un
sign-
momento para preguntar cómo rayos se escribe Orgas. How do you spell? Does Astrea has any phonetics?
Oh.
Or
Yes.
are gast.
Oh. Yes.
Wow. Dame un break que me fuera.
God damn it. Alright. So. You finished writing our names?
Yeah, he finishes
Oh,
doing the
I'm
documentation. He spends 5 minutes signing the name, signing everything, making all the documentation paperwork. You give it back to the man in front of you. Yes, thank you. Let me file that on the Griffic Nomads. So, Griffic Nomads.
We don't have a team mascot. But it's been taken care of.
Really? What is this mascot you mention? Is it a bird or
Oh, the mascot is. You might say it's a
It's
bird.
the team mascot and it's not for exhibition. Thank you.
It's a bird. It's more like a creature bird. It's in the name.
In the name, wait a minute. You have a griffin?
Oh yes. No. Yes. Maybe. I don't know how to answer
Hold
that question.
on a second. Hold on a second. You did not just steal a griffin egg just for stealing a griffin egg, did you now?
mean, I wasn't around for that. I can't really say for sure.
Varus just starts
And,
walking back
oh,
slowly,
Jesus.
hiding behind, I guess.
I came into the group relatively late, so I can't really say for sure what happened. The details are a little hazy.
It's a chicken who has a suit of a lion.
It's a four-legged chicken. Yes, it's a four-legged chicken.
Well, yes,
And
this
then
four-legged
people
chicken
think
is a griffin. Yes. I had posted the request for a griffin egg a long time ago, but I already received the bountiful rewards already. Have I not introduced myself? I am the wizard Wutas. I am the archmage of this keep, as you may see. It seems that you
I
found
see.
a griffin egg but decided to keep it. No hard feelings, really. The griffin's eggs are for... He looks around. The Night Riders, you see. There are knights who need their own mounts, and griffins, they're good mounts. They like to have a particular bond with their rider. It makes them stronger together. If they're raised
Wait.
taught to fight.
Well,
Is this the
Well.
same dude that petitioned us to get the wizard egg? Like the fucking griffin egg?
Well, I am the one who raised the request.
Motherfucker!
and he's lucky that Aileen is not there right now.
I can't
God
believe this.
damn.
It just clicked. It just fucking clicked. I wasn't even
Yes.
there. I wasn't even there.
Well, yes.
Oh my god.
Por eso como que cuando él empieza a hacer preguntas de Griffin, yo me hice el bruto. No.
Click just hit me asking, like, oh my god, wait, is this the same fucking
Porque
dude?
tenemos una gallina con un traje de león. Supposed to be cute. Y tú tirándonos para el medio y yo.
I just fucking caught on puñeta. Fucking hell. I'm a failure.
Don't worry. If the griffin's already born, it loses its value to me. The griffin needs to still be in its infancy or in its egg in order to create any particular bond to its rider. By now, it should have bonded with one of you at least. So pay no mind, I have
You
no
mean at
ill
this
intentions.
Yeah, if it was born technically, wait, the first person it sees it bonds with?
The person who takes care of it more than nothing. It will consider it like its mother.
Fucking way!
It is a bad.
You're telling me! Oh no! Vito, you made a mistake letting this motherfucking NPC take care of this fucking baby!
No, actually, I meant it.
No, you Oh my god, this is a fucking revelation and I'm blaming Vito.
Una responsabilidad de cuidar ese pollo y se lo dejaron y yo también pues dejo que Devin lo
Varus, Jumpy's gonna get pissed. He's gonna get pissed off. Jumpy, if you're watching this, you're gonna get pissed off. Look how happy that Angel looks because he knows that none of us motherfuckers gonna ride a griffin.
Well, it seems you have your own internal quarrels to quell now. You've already signed the papers. If you need to add any members or take away any, i.e. someone chickens out, you can come tomorrow before the tournament or the competition starts and do the necessary changes. Until then, please give space for the next party of adventurers or would-be adventurers. I know you are real. I've heard
Yes,
your
of
name.
course.
Dealt with the cultists. You have actual strength. That next party over there, the youngling with the wooden sword. Yeah, I don't think so. Move along, please.
Yeah,
As you-
we don't need your wooden swords here.
As you walk away, you see like this party of teenagers more than anything walk up and portray themselves like the heroes and stuff, and Wutas entertains the thought for a moment, and I am going to ask Mito or Gast, I ask you both to roll me a perception check, please.
Let's do that. That's not good.
Perception.
That is not
Un
good.
total de 10.
A flat 8.
Yeah. Alright, Mito.
Yo tengo,
You
yo tengo
hear...
10.
Alright, Mito, you like look behind for a microsecond, and you could swear his hand did a gesture to like cast some sort of spell. And the kids are like, alright, I'll do what you ask. And they walk away. They completely just leave the area. And head to another stall where you watched him for a bit, and you watched him like buy tickets to stalls instead of actually competing, and moving on to the rest of the day.
That's interesting. Yo quería hacer un chequeo de arcana. A ver si fue que
Yes,
embrujó a
you
alguien.
You can actually, if you wanted to like identify what type of spell he casts, you can roll your Arcana check.
Pues voy, tengo arcana que es más 5 porque tengo proficiency.
Yes.
7. Saqué un don natural.
You can't determine what that spell was. Whatever it was quick, really subtle, but you don't know what it is. And so you're assigned to partake in the tournament. The tournament, it will be taking place on the third day, as they are preparing the event and getting everything ready for the festivities. You still have half a day before sundown to do whatever you wish.
Okay, so
I'm going back to the pub. I'm going to get a drink for a man that has slayed the mechanical beast. Deserves his breast with a cup of ale.
in short,
Yeah,
he's
I
going to get
mean,
victory wasted.
And Varys is going to the Griffin. He's going to try and spend as much time as possible.
Of course. Isn't that right, Jumpy?
Yes.
You need to upload this, and I need
Mira
Jumpy to
que
see this.
David te lleva 3 días de ventaja.
Let's not tell him anything, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
Yo entiendo, si estos mercaderos compraron un permiso para vender y no para participar, pues me gustaría interactuar con ellos y conocer sobre el intercambio que ellos hacen.
Por supuesto. Alright. So you walk up to, through the stalls, there are a few here. You see many merchants trying to sell their items, calling the people walking about, selling trinkets, toys, food, some of them. As you walk in front of a stall that's for... it's for viewing the show at a distance or, at your home. And the person stops you. Hey, wait! Hey, are you participating in the event?
Yes.
So the wizard did not convince you not to participate. Then he sees value in you.
Why?
Well, he usually discourages people who have little to no experience. I've been at this gig for a while, so I kinda can tell when someone gives up before they try.
Le pongo una mano en el hombro y te puedo decir, thanks, now I know I've been flattered by the wizard. Now, what do you have to offer?
Of
Well,
course, Sahavi.
I have spyglasses. I have orbs of scrying attached to particular crystals around the arena where you can see everything in full crystalline view. We have some particular screens here, and he shows you many magical devices. Most of them serving the same purpose but with a different design. Some of them are like spherical, where every direction you could see it. Others are mirrors, where you could actually see across the mirror the whole thing. Varying sizes of the mirror if you want to see the whole arena, like if you were there, stuff like that. And spyglasses that are like the cheapest option, but more expensive is the magic items, the magic mirrors that allow you to see the arena itself.
Honestly, keeping in mind that I'm gonna be participating, I'm gonna be too busy participating to look at myself.
That is true. That is true.
What is your name, young man?
My name?
Yes,
Davin.
Davin. Otro más.
Yes.
You remind me of a friend of mine. Your name reminds me of a friend of mine.
Really?
Well, le extiendo la mano y digo, from one merchant to another, I wish you good luck.
Ah, well, thank you. You have any questions about the event itself, or do you want to figure it out yourself?
Repeat that, pregunta.
Do you have any questions about the event, or do you want to figure that out yourself tomorrow?
There's only
Am I
one.
with him?
There's only
You
one
could be
thing
nearby.
that comes to mind. Wait, discussion. Okay. There's only one thing that comes to mind.
Really?
Yeah. Has Gwendolyn had her supper?
Who's Gwendolyn?
No idea. Never mind. And just like that,
You're
I
a
keep
weird
walking.
man.
I know, y sigo caminando.
I heard that. He is a weird man, however, he makes a great stew.
I'll take your word for it, as you walk across the stall and continue down the path as he continues to call for the customers around the area. Do you wish to go to another stall, or...
Yo estoy más curioso por hablar con los mercaderos que le dieron el comando al muchacho.
¿Qué le qué?
Los mercaderes que le hicieron el comando al muchacho, que ni siquiera hablaron, solo fue un gesto con la mano.
Ah, tú dices que quiere hablar con los muchachos que le hizo la magia, tú dices.
Sí, que si aparentemente son unos, están llenando papeles para vender y no para participar, pues they're fellow merchant.
Okay, I can't fight that logic. You follow the kids, they're teenagers, or bound to be adults. They're walking down, they're talking, and you walk up right behind them. And, you know, they're talking and whatever. They notice your presence as you slowly approach them. It's like, can I help you, dude? Or is there something you want to ask us? What the hell?
Yeah, funny you should ask. I couldn't help but wonder that you file paperwork for a stand and not for participation.
Well,
I was wondering what can a group as interesting as yours be offering?
You see that the two of them look at each other, look down. It's like, Will and I wanted to give, you know, the arena a try. We've been watching this game for years and we're excited. We're finally old enough to actually participate, but Ucha's made some really compelling points. We haven't really had any experience in combat. Our training only began the last year, and he told us that we could die, and he doesn't want us to have that in our memory as we're training.
That's interesting, but again, why a merchant permit? You can just buy a ticket to see, not to participate.
That's what I bought, tickets.
Cuando te diste un stand, no era un merchant stand. Era
No,
like,
it was like a ticketing booth more than anything, where they buy the tickets y cosas así.
Los interrumpí porque por las palabras que utilizaste yo pensaba que eran fellow merchant.
No, they were kids. That's why I was like, oh, I can't fight your logic completely because I'm pretty sure you misinterpreted the information I gave you. There's just kids. They were too young to actually enter. They're old enough to like try, but Wutaz doesn't want to see kids getting killed in an arena, so he like convinced them to not try the arena, and in fact just watch the event for another year, and maybe once they're older and strong enough to actually participate, then they could try.
Oh. Ya que estoy en esta situación, déjame aprovechar y preguntarles a ellos sobre cómo eran los torneos en los años anteriores.
Oh, they've been great. Last year they brought in a Chimera, and that thing was huge. Like, Will, you remember that Chimera? Oh man, he burnt one of the adventurers to a crisp. It was really, really, really something. But he was fine. He actually got up and took his blade and chopped off the tail of the snake. It was great. It was like watching a freaking. It was like reading a book, a story. It was great. Watching it happen in front of you and the safety of magic and the barriers and everything. It's just great. It's beautiful.
That sounds fantastic.
Wait, ¿tú estás conmigo?
He's right behind you. He hasn't left.
I'm right behind you, good Mito, sir.
Pero, what? Tiempo, para el torneo, ¿yo puedo tener, like, items of my own?
Yes, you are allowed to bring your own weapons.
Porque hay algo que yo pueda hacer que sea fire resistant. Antídotos tenemos.
You could attempt to make a potion of fire resistance. Pero Will interrupts. Yeah, the Chimera was great, but that giant really wrecked that party. No one survived. Yeah, I wonder if Hillbilly Joe will be there this year. He's been undefeated for the longest time.
I'm sorry. Did you just say Hillbilly Joe?
Hillbilly.
Yeah, that's what we call him. That's what we call him, He's a hill giant, and he looks like a John Doe. And every time he wins, they give him a better weapon, like a bigger mace or whatever. He's been winning for 3 years now, so he has, he has a look, he has a name, and there's one of his figures over there. You look back, and there's like a hill giant wearing a club. She was smashing down on a pile of people, practically.
You see that? Juveniles.
Si tengo algo para hacer bombas de humo.
Yeah. Anyway, it's I know you'll be participating because we were behind you, so I'm excited to see what you guys can do. My name is Matthew. This is my friend Will. We'll be in the stalls. We'll be cheering you on.
Not to you and Will. I shall be seeing you as you cheer my name in greatness.
Yes, big man. Yes. And they both walk away. Walk away back to whatever they were going to do.
I grab Mito by the arm, over his shoulder. Mito, do you see this? Do you see that? That hill giant. Now, Mito, I want you to picture something. I want you to picture this giant creature. And I want you to picture my Warhammer smashing its big toe. As it falls to its knees, I take my Warhammer, which I forgot the name of the dwarf that made it, by the way, and I shall take it and I shall smack it across the jaw, dislocating it completely, rendering it unconscious, and everyone shall chant the Griffic Nomads' name. Imagine. Go ahead, Mito.
I really wish that to happen. It would be swift, it would be epic and painless to us.
But more importantly, Mito, you'll get paid. I get paid. We both
I
be
see
happy.
that my character more. I'm beginning to see that my character is the biggest voice of reason of the group.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what is that now?
I'm the brains here. Don't you fourth wall break me, Elite.
Esa es buena, like, Alexi, todavía puedes
Yes.
unirte al torneo. ¿Quieres que te busque?
I am deep in research at the moment.
I know. Pues yo, pues
I mean,
pensando en
I mean,
You and your reasoning is in your
Mito,
books,
you
not
can-
with your fists.
Mito, you could look for Aileen and talk to her and try to convince her to join the party instead of talking to the player. But, como que we could do this either way, really. If Aileen wants to join the fight, which will be by next session because it's really late, it'll be, like, the whole session's gonna be that, like, the arena conquest
I
thing.
think. Okay, so a small question because given the audio jumble that I had here a couple times, we're fighting monsters and not other people, right?
Monsters, yes.
Or I think I can work with the curse blade on this one, though the attunement is going to be really freaking rushed.
To attune to an object, you need at least an hour, but a curse blade like that, it's gonna take a couple of minutes, practically. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, but if you think about it, it needs stating because it is hungry for souls, and we're gonna be killing monsters.
I'm not gonna hamana your way into your logic. If you want to use a blade, use a blade. If you don't use a blade. You can even pack the weapon if you have time long enough to do it. It's just, going to not be able to be done if you're doing it before the fight. Anyway. So as you return from your conversations and Orgast, you go to the Sat Horse Pub, which is the inn where most of you are staying. You walk through the front door, and the wild bats are there, already being rowdy at a table, already, having mead, and they see you, and instantly, "Hey, Orgast, come in here!"
I see you already prepared the ale.
Nah, we already ordered in advance. I knew you weren't gonna take that long. Come on, sit here. I wanna hear your stories. Yeah, I wanna hear your story. Passes the meat in front of your face, and
trust me, you're going to be here for a while. I have many. Glug glug glug.
Good. We have many more. We're gonna be here all night if it takes.
Oh yes, I could fight tomorrow with a hangover. It's totally fine.
Yes. And so, you spend hours practically talking to these people, talking about their adventures and what they've done. They are barbarians, as you can see. Most of them fall into the barbaric tribe. What would be a fiend is a much more fighter of them. She's more controlling. She's not as emotional as the other. She tries to keep the group cool compared to them being the hotheads.
She's a tiefling?
She's a tiefling, yes.
That's ironic.
So
yes. She is her skin is pale blue, as is blue undertones to her own skin. So she is her magic is kind of cold, not actual fire. Her descent is different. Her descendants is different from most tieflings. She doesn't have that big of horns either. It's like smaller horns reserved, and she doesn't really hide it, but they're not that much to hide. Her hind legs are big and muscular because everybody here uses strength. With what little magic they can master. and they tell you tales of how they bested monsters, how they hunted down a group of people who, attacked a farm for no reason, and they hunted them down and destroyed whatever they were holding dear because evil people deserve to be, killed because we have a vengeance to this world and stuff. How they.
I was gonna do something very cruel to you, Angel, but you're saving your ass right now.
How they're.
Because I was gonna role play. You horned woman. Oh, tell me your story. How did you come to be here? And then you would have to make something on the fly. I bet you $1 million you had nothing on this woman.
No, not really. These characters are random. Like, I made them, like, not long ago, so there's not much backstory for most of them, but...
Most of that party is a mirror of our own, but sure.
Most parties are. Most parties are.
Let's put it into perspective. A rowdy bunch being kept in check by a tiefling lady.
Yes. And she's not the only lady. There's another female character who uses.
But
magic
most of the rowdy bunch.
Yep. Like I said, most
adventuring
parties mirror each other in a sense or another. There's always one that's going to be the most vocal. There's one that's going to be the most calm and collected. There's always that dynamic. It just happens that she's a tiefling too. That's the only the coincidence in that one. And yes, and they start telling you all these things they've done across 2 years of their travels together, how they've ventured across the land, how they've trying to protect the northern side of the region, as they've fought numerous monsters who are going on a rampage coming from the eastern side, I believe. The eastern side of the continent, who are like falling into the area. How they've killed a displacer beast that suddenly appeared in the forest out of nowhere, and just killing things, really, with their own rage. And you spend the night hearing all these stories, and you yourself telling your own, as they're back and forth and laughing and drinking and practically almost not paying attention to each other at some point.
I really like you guys. You guys are a fantastic group.
We like you too.
And you, horned lady, you have produced some of the most interesting stories that have ever been heard in a while. Do I roll for Constitution?
You can if you wish. She says, well, I was the most cool-headed of them all, so I can actually retell the tale and not tell as drunken rage. Because you can't go into a rage. If I do, you would be dead.
Of course, it's ironic. You're cool like your skin.
Yes, and that's not the only thing that's cool. My blood is cool as well.
Cold-blooded. I like that. It's very vicious.
Yes. Now. I'll get feisty, you two.
The flirting is strong.
I did not. It's not meant to flirt. But hey, if it's turning
It
that
sounded
way, it's
like
totally fine.
it sounded like a flirt, but it could have been in any other sense. But yeah. You spend the night.
I'm cool with it.
You spend the night just hanging out with this other adventuring party. As you're spending some time, yes, Vito, you want to do something.
Oh yes, it's spending time with these barbarians, right?
Yep.
Y yo te había comentado anteriormente que yo quería separar tiempo en el día para continuar la educación de David.
Right. Where are you doing this teaching, in the barn where the baby griffin is?
I think the barn would be a good place because es suficiente espacio para los animales.
There's also horses where you could attempt to teach him speak with animals, and they would actually speak to him. So, so you go to where Davin is, where he's taking care with the griffin, and Varys. You see that Varys is like trying to hug the griffin a lot. Like Davin is like, I think you're going to crush him. It's like, no. He likes me. He's going to like me. He's going to like me. As you walk in, yeah. as you walk in,
That's cheating.
Davin is like trying to talk to Varys, and you walk around the corner. What do?
You know what?
That's cheating.
¿Cómo era que se llamaba él?
Davin,
No, el otro.
Varys.
Look, you know what, Varys? I am about to spend some time with Devin to teach him the ritual to talk to animals. Would you like to sit down with us and let the griffin breathe?
And you see Varys looks at you like, fine.
To be able to
Puts
tell
a-
the
puts
griffin you
a-
love him.
Puts the griffin down, and you attempt to teach him about how to cast this spell. You start to tell him about the Druid Craft and all these magical components that function in nature. How the essence of the weave are merged into all living things. And so when you cast a spell as a ritual, you partake in this moment where it's seen around you. Small glyphs start to be created around you whenever you start to cast a spell, especially as a ritual, as they start to like manifest the intent of the spell around you. And when you finish casting the ritual, it creates a circle and a small light shimmer, giving you indication that the spell was completed, and you're able to speak to animals. Davin is going to roll Arcana. And he
Come on,
rolled a
boy,
4.
make me proud.
He rolled a 4. Davin looks at all this magic, and you turn around to look at him, and he's dumbfounded. He's like,
Eso después de una hora, porque eso es lo que dura. So.
No, 10 minutes.
Después de una hora.
No, but the spell lasts an hour. You cast for a ritual. It's 10 minutes additional to that. To casting it, you spend 10 minutes casting the spell. And Davin understood almost nothing. Like with his modifiers, it's like a 6 maybe, or a 1, a 5. So como que his understanding of what you did or what you tried to tell him over his head did not understand almost nothing of it. And so he's like,
¿Y qué tenemos del otro? Porque técnicamente el otro personaje se sentó a aprender de mí también.
Varys can't cast spells like that. No, he's a monk, not a mage user. So he started to pay attention and look at you and trying to. He rolled a little higher, but not enough. He rolled a 6. And his intelligence is less. It's negative, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, no. You're speaking Druid. I don't understand whatever word you're saying. I don't understand your language. I don't know you. Like I don't understand. Yeah, it's a -1. His intelligence is a -1.
Okay, so you didn't understood anything. How about you, Tavin? What part was giving you trouble?
Like
Everything.
really, everything. It's not that I didn't understand nothing. It's just that it's hard to comprehend. It's so much information to try and jam down my head here. I think we need to take this one step at a time, please. One step at a time. Don't force this down on me. I can't.
I
basically.
know,
Like
I
One
know, I
at a
know.
time.
Druid's art is it's a lifetime of research. I mean, of interacting with nature. The thing is, I want to make sure that if something were to happen to me, you're able to stand on your own. That's why I want to share you what I know. But the craft that I know is Druid Craft. At least if you learn how to cast talk to animals, you can at least make a trade on the on farming, or at least be a good caretaker for a farm.
Um, I, I would assume that's part of it. And I
Yeah.
understand your indication, and I'm delighted that you think of me enough that you want to, prepare me for a future without you, like if you were my dad or something. But right now everything's like words, 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 little meaning here. I don't have, like, my brain is not suited enough to understand
Okay,
what
well,
you
you
just
know
said to
what?
me right now.
You know what? You'll be here the entire day. There's an awesome festival going on. Let's do this. I'm gonna go from the top, try one more time, and then you're free to go.
Okay.
Okay. Ya
Mm.
eso estuvimos en esa como media hora más y después que se vaya a disfrutarse el festival también.
All right. I'm gonna use this die to see. You do the spell again.
Realmente es duro. Ajá.
You do
Yo
the
sé que
spell
no se
again.
va a dar nada hoy, pero tengo que darle muchas veces cuando pueda para que eventualmente se acumule.
Nope.
¿Qué salió? ¿Qué salió? No tengo curiosidad.
A two.
You know what?
And
Devin, I'm a man of my word. Feel free to enjoy the festival.
I'm sorry, Mito.
Yay!
I'm sorry,
No, it's
Mito.
okay.
He like turns around, walks a bit, and then starts running into the festival with what little daylight there's left, to enjoy the festivities with the money he has on him. That ends your activity. Varys is there with the griffin. He's like entertaining it, playing with it, trying to, trying to make that griffin love him more than Davin, practically. It's like, no, you love me more, you love me more. Attune to me, love me. You leave Varys to his own devices and head back to the Sad Horse Pub, which is the inn where you're staying with your friends. You walk inside, you see Orgas with the wild bats just having a blast there, talking and being loud as hell. They have a table to themselves, and as you're walking up, you feel somebody bump you over the shoulder. Incidentally, it's like, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see you there. I'm a bit
Quiero
busy.
chequear que no me hayan robado nada primero. Like, check my pockets.
Roll perception.
Okay, esto es D&D. Perception otra vez. Y 13.
13. No, he doesn't. He didn't seem to steal anything. He just bumped into you as you were still in the door frame. But when you turn around, you see that there's another party. Not a party. There's other groups of the other members of the group. Mira, mami, confundiendo la palabra. Other members of the same group, and they're all wearing their medium to light armor, wearing the insignia of the of the sun god. They're wearing white and golden insignias to themselves. They see you. They're like, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to bump into you. I'm just tired from drinking too much." And the others are like, drinking too much, he says. You only had 1 cup. 1 cup is all I need. I'm going to bed. Ah, come on, Derek. Don't be like that. Let's have some fun before we die. No, we're not gonna die. Alright, we're the Flaming Banner. We are warriors of the Sun God, and we will win the contest by his will being. I will go to bed and rest my head.
Levanto una ceja. So, ¿qué estrategia tú tienes que estás convencido que puedes ganar mañana con esa borrachera?
Sir, I think I saw you in line. So I'm guessing you're one of the adventurers partaking in the contest.
I'm also
Oh, you're a merchant. That's great. That's good for you. Let's see. My friends here. You're the Flaming Fam. We're the Flaming Banner. My name's Falas, Kiara, Wedgeworth, and Wolf in the back. And you see the guy just wearing a whole mask. Just tilts his head up.
Gee.
Yo
Yeah,
voy
we're-
a reír. Y toda la máscara está bien bueno.
We're just passing by the town. We're on our own thing, and we heard about the arena and the prize money, and we can resist partaking. Derek here only had a drink, and he's going to bed. Yes, I'm going to bed. And he leaves the party. He's like, hey. Kara, make sure he gets to bed and not falls on the stairs. Fine. She walks and helps him up the stairs as he's drunkily taking upstairs. Anyway, as I said, my name's Falas. Your name, good sir?
Well, I am Mito from the X family. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mito. Nice to
Nice.
meet you, Mito.
My
Your
life as
party
an
name.
adventure. Thank you. My life as an adventurer started because I'm a traveling merchant and I made some friends with people who happens to be actual adventurers. And I just happened to tag along.
That's great, that's great. We're from an order of knights from a long ago devotion. Though we do have a fanatical sister, we don't really like to talk about that. Right. And we've said enough. Falas, a word. And Wedgeworth drags him to the side. And Wolf just stands there, looks at you, and just nods again.
Come on.
Just doesn't say anything, and just thumbs up you and just stays there. And you see Falas and Wedgeworth having some sort of discussion. And the Falas returns sorry, we have to call it a night. The sun is going down, and we need to do our own prayers before the next sunrise. Come on, Wolf. Let's go to our room and do our prayers. And they scatter up the stairs and go and spend the night there in their own rooms.
Small question. Were in the followers of the sun god the same people that were after me at the beginning, or am I confusing them with somebody else?
Shit.
They did say
The
they
guys
have
with the sun banner, yeah, the guys with the sun.
We're a bunch of crazy people.
They
So
attacked us
I
on the
don't know.
road.
This secret sect are the ones who are actually persecuting you. And these are the more friendly sect of the Sun God.
Oh shit, chaos is about to unfold.
Gracias por decir eso, yo me quedé como que, Mito se acuerda de ti y dice,
you see them walking up the stairs, and you can see on their backs the big ass sun signal sun symbol, and it kind of clicks in your head. All right, those guys.
I have someone to be.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
Eileen, le pongo el brazo encima. My girl, how you doing? Ooh, can I have your bird for a
Anyway,
moment?
I'm technically still in the library though. Basically, I have been wait. So I have been basically from sunrise till sundown
In the library
at the.
researching because you didn't say you were gonna do anything else all day.
I think I'm
Researching.
just gonna. I think I'm just gonna take advantage of me technically spending not 24 hours, but mostly
Extra
like
12 hours?
what 8, 12
8
hours. Just
8 to 12 hours of research practically. It's a whole
and
day.
I'm gonna use the last hour to begin the attunement ritual. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask the wizard to help me with that, if possible.
Okay.
If
The
wizard is
wizard.
asleep.
The wizard. No, the wizard's awake. He's like, "Are you sure?"
Wizard did it.
Yeah,
Estaba
believe.
haciendo una referencia de un video que hablaba de los sistemas de magia. No, just say, oh, a wizard did it.
Okay.
While I am. While I am still wary of this blade, it is. I think it would be better if I began to understand it from this point on.
Well,
Plus, I have a tingling sensation that I am going to need it sooner than later.
well, the blade is hungry, and it may ask you to kill. If that's the risk you're willing to take, I can't say not. It's just don't kill me, you know. I will leave you in the room. In order to attune to an object is really easy. It's not easy. It takes concentration. Just sit in front of the object and focus on it. Let its own essence, its own magic, start to intertwine with yours. Once you feel the connection strengthening, you will feel the changes in you. But I will leave the room because I do not want to fall victim into this blade and have my soul taken. So I will lock the door, knock on the door 3 times when you're done.
I understand. Thank you very much. And
Very
so
nice.
I am locked. And so I am locked inside the room. And for safety reasons, I am going to take off both my. I'm going to pull my sickle out of the. I'm going to basically taking off the scabbard with the sickle, and taking out the crossbow and the bolts and the poison and putting them away.
At the table, like at a distance, far away from arm's reach.
Yeah, it's like let's leave these over here for the moment, and let us begin. So I lay the blade down on the ground. I am unfolded from the
cloth.
from the covers, and then I just sit in front of it, cross-legged, basically in a meditation pose to try to start the attunement process with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to roll anything?
No, you don't. You take the hour to attune. You don't have to like roll for anything.
Right.
As you spend this hour of silence, practically focusing on the blade, you feel its magical energy. You feel the shadows of the blade. You feel its dark energies emanating from the Shadowfell. As the weaves of this blade and yours start to protrude from each other, and slowly but surely start to intertwine and connect to a point where it becomes one singular string. At the end of the hour, the blade is attuned to you. Now I'm going to ask you one question. Are you making this blade your packed weapon? or your hex weapon.
All right. Okay. Now this is interesting.
You're a hexblade
I
warlock.
think I think I'm gonna make it the hex.
The hex. All right.
Yeah. Because if I make it the packed weapon, I fear that the shit may go out of control real fast.
Well, you hex your weapon, allowing it to have some of the features that you use for combat, which means you can use your charisma for attack instead of your dex and stuff like that. And the blade itself allows for this to happen. As you finish your attunement and convert the blade into your own hex weapon, as magic runes start to appear on the blade itself to signify the hexing, you feel an urge start to build inside you, like hunger.
Oh, fuck.
And
Well,
here we
fuck.
go.
Here we go.
The blade doesn't speak, but only shows in emotions, and it's asking for food and sustenance.
I just look at the blade and say, basically try to speak to it, basically say, I know what you're asking of me, but it won't be that easy. I won't let you take me over. I don't know how you may have done it with with any previous wielders, but I'm not the same.
You
Next
feel
thing
a
you know,
slurry.
you
You feel a slurry of a bit of anger and disgust with your comments, as you only receive emotional feedback from this blade. Just anger towards you in particular. No real control to your actions, just a lot of emotional backlash as your being is being bombarded by these emotions, and the urge of the blade to kill is being leaked into your own. For now, it does nothing, but tomorrow it could hit you a lot harder to get to kill something.
Am I aware of the tournament?
No, you're not. That is when Mito
No,
walks into the
I'm not
library.
asking. I'm not asking if I am aware of like, oh, we signed up for the tournament. I'm aware if I am informed of the tournament.
No,
Okay,
you just
If
walk
there
directly
is
into
a
the
tournament,
library. So
say
you
what,
have this
but you
blade
got
attuned to
out.
you completely, and you feel the urge slowly, like small, and then almost like a drop of water, like a droplet, start to build up in the base of your stomach.
why do
It's a
I feel like
small
this is
urge.
going to go? Why do I feel like
Build
this is?
up.
Why do I feel like this is going to go into a berserker rage at some point, and it's going to be fun?
Well,
¿Tú has jugado Soul Age?
Are you talking about Soul Calibur? Because yes, I have.
yeah.
Estoy hablando estoy en la misma franquicia, pero la primera instalación, Soul Age.
Then no, I haven't played
That
that.
That was a very good game. So you finish your attunement. You have control of yourself. It's just a small feeling that keeps building up in you. Right now it's minute,
So
but it's going
I'm
to be
basically
building up.
feeling the rage. I'm
The
feeling the
hunger.
rage of the blade.
You're feeling
the
the
rage of
urge,
Cage.
the urge to kill, like the hunger in order to like feed, and it wants to be sated. It wants to eat. You're in complete control of yourself for now, and and the hour passed, and you spend like 10 minutes trying to analyze what you're feeling, and then you hear from the other side of the door, Hey, miss, are you okay?
Before I answer, I'll just take a quick, deep breath, like to recollect myself, and then I get up. Yes, I'm fine. I finished the process. It was slightly more invasive than I expected, but I think I can manage.
Any
As
urge to
I
kill? You? Any urge to
thankfully no,
kill? Good, good, good,
thankfully
good.
no.
He unlocks the door.
I just start picking up the weapons that that I put away for safety.
All right, and he opens the door. It's like, well, friend of yours came looking for you. Mito's just waiting on the front desk, just like waiting for you to come out.
Tell him I'll be there. I'll be there in a minute. I'll be picking up my stuff and putting the books back. It should
Yeah.
only take me a minute.
No, all right. He turns to you, Mito. It's like, she'll be out in a minute. Just give her a minute. She's recollecting her things. Are you looking for a sort of book or anything I can help you with as she's getting ready to meet with you again? Or
Well, since I'm already here, do you have anything on druid magic?
why, yes, we have a few actually. Do you want beginners, intermediate, or expert?
Beginners, please.
Beginners it is. And he walks back and looks for a book, and he comes back with like a. He comes back with two books. He comes back with one book which is almost like a child's book of things, and it's Druids Are Your Friends is one of them, and the other one, which is a little more academic, is Druid Craft 101, the beginner's guide to becoming a druid. Well, we have these two books. If you learn as a child, when you can start with this and then move on to the little bit more advanced for their age.
Druids are your friends.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take both so I can give them a light reading to know which one I'm gonna rent for a longer time.
Oh, already, and he like gives you both the books.
Empiezo a leer el picture book
Yeah.
en lo que está
Llega
tipo
el It's a picture book about a friendly druid named Philip. Philip lived in the woods and fell in love with
Philip.
nature. As he walks across
God
the
damn
land
it.
and is friends to all animals and all life and that kind of thing. You read the book for 5 minutes, laughing to yourself internally as Aileen walks out from behind and after picking up all her things and putting them back in where they belong. And so you see Vito reading a children's book.
I just look at it. I just look at it with the look at them. You know what? I am not even surprised at this point. Mito, let us go. I have to take a rest and recollect my thoughts after such an extensive day of work. There was more investigation than I expected today.
Okay, this is me talks. I mean, after that, well, before that, let me sit down with you for a moment. Love the
Please
book.
tell me.
Hilarious.
Okay.
I won't need
Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna
Okay,
look at
okay.
it. Please tell me Orgas did not break anything too expensive, please.
Okay, I will not tell you. Now sit down.
I will see her.
We registered to a combat tournament. We're gonna be killing monsters. You have
Well,
to go. If you want to join us, you have until tomorrow.
Well, that
Also,
came
there's
in
probably some
more.
people in the hotel.
Well, that is rather convenient. Okay. Well, that is rather convenient about it. I quite needed a fight tomorrow.
Too much
And
study.
what did you just say about the hotel?
I just thought one of the teams competing are followers of the sun god. They did said something very strange. They made reference to a group within the religion to be a group of extremists.
Grimace, you say?
So I do not know if there's some sort of faction between the sun god followers, and one of them is the one who's following you. Just to be
Angel.
sure,
Yes.
if you want to spend the night with the Griffin, be my
Okay.
guest.
Small question, Angel. Well, last session, when I came back from the cemetery, what was that happened that everyone seemed to be afraid of me when I walked past them?
It was on the northern side of the town, which is the upper corridor, where most of the people just avoided you because of who you are, and they just don't like outsiders. It was normal people, commenters.
If I remember correctly, you said something about a dark aura or something. Or am I mistaken?
Dark power. What in particular are you talking about? I forgot to keep the music going.
Oh Jesus! I just look at Mate Jose. We'll deal with them tomorrow. We will find out whether they are the ones after me or not. After all, if they are participating in the tournament, they will get the chance to see me in action. And if they attack, they will meet their end in the most painful and most excruciating way possible. Let us go now.
Two questions.
Let us go now.
One,
Yes?
do you think the library is a good place to say these things out loud?
Trust me, this place is safer than most.
Okay. Second, because I tend to be a one-track mind person, I have to do one thing at a time. So now that I deliver both of my message, I want to know: have you eaten something today? Have you eaten something today? Let's go.
Would it suffice to say that I have been working all day? I don't think I've felt any hunger up until now.
Until you mentioned
So
it.
yes. So yes, I think some food should be in order right now.
Esto es metagaming. Yo me estoy imaginando ahora mismo, cada vez que Mitoex y Orgas vayan a hacer un cooking session, Eileen participe súper mordida, en contra de su voluntad, matando el animal para alimentar la espada. Primero necesitamos pollo fresco, Eileen. Muchas gracias, Eileen. Y ella, shut up.
Anyway, you return to the inn where everybody else is staying. After having these discussions and preparing for the next day, you have, well, up till tomorrow to decide what you will do for the whole thing. The tournament starts at sunrise, and so you guys will have to wake up a bit early. At least the festivities start at sunrise. On the other hand, you have a conquest to complete, an arena to beat, and many people to discover and learn from. That is all for today, everybody. This has been another session of Griffic Nomads. and
And
I found this interesting.
Hey guys,
Oh,
you better make something for the wild bats because I'm going to be hanging out with them for a lot more than you think.
and now I have a cursed weapon.
Why?
Now I have a cursed weapon under my possession, plus the sickle. So, if I were to not multi-class, but if I were to increase my dexterity, I could probably dual wield.
Well, not really, because the black edge is a longsword.
All right. Now that
It's a
I think about
longsword.
it.
So they need, in order to dual wield, you don't need a feature. You need to have 2 light weapons, and then you can use your bonus action to attack with that light weapon. It just won't have the plus of the damage roll.
True. I mean, I could do tandem though, so it's like switching between. Oh sh! I could switch between weapons.
Una pregunta.
You have them both. Your sickle could be your packed weapon, and your black edge could be your hex weapon.
Yo no
That's
entiendo la
definite.
diferencia entre las dos, pero no es mi personaje.
They practically
quería
get the same
saber-
benefit. It's just a packed weapon is a weapon you can summon out of you, practically. It's something that's hidden deeper into your being. Whilst a hex weapon is something you attach your own magic to in order to fight better, using your own charisma, because warlocks are charismatic, apparently.
In
that allows them to
short,
fight
consider.
better.
Apparently.
In short, consider this in practical terms. The packed weapon is one that I can literally keep hitting at all times.
Yes.
I could literally just pull an Ezio on somebody by just literally summoning the sickle when I am holding them close to me.
Yes, of course. And so that was today's session.